So, and then basically the idea is you ask them, so if, when you think of God, what are some attributes or characteristics? What are the main things that you think of when you think of God? Because heaven is like eternally dwelling with God and in the presence of God. So, what does it mean to be in heaven? Who is God? And so usually a lot of people will say big, just different things, all powerful, or just a guy up in the sky, old man, whatever. But basically, it's like, all right, so God's over here, and we're talking about the biblical characteristics of God. God is love. And it talks about in the Bible, it says, for if anyone does not love, they do not know God, because God is love. So He's not just loving; He is the very essence of love. Without God, there is no love. And so then, just the idea is that we can be loving towards each other. We can do loving acts, but it all stems from the very characteristics of the fact of God. The reason why He sent Jesus to this earth and everything like that is because He has so much love for us. So with God being loving, God also kind of He has other characteristics. Can any of you guys? I know some of you guys have taken the bridge class, so I'm gonna kind of start handing this to some of you guys. So what are some other characteristics of God? Holy. All right. And holy is broken down into two things?
Holy is perfect.
Pure.
Huh?
Pure. Yeah.
I would put perfect.
Perfect in parentheses. And then pure and righteous.
Pure and righteous. Yep.
13a.
Yep. Microphone 13a. So it says in the Bible, you guys, or you are to be holy because God is holy, in 1 Peter 1:13 or 1 Peter 1:16, and it also talks. So like holy is the idea of the sense of in Israel and in the Old Testament they had to do a lot of things. They had to wear certain linens and they couldn't eat certain things, and we kind of looking back at that we don't quite understand. We're like, why did they have to do that? That's just like rhetoric and it doesn't make sense. But this idea that holy means set apart, and all those things were a reminder that they weren't of that generation, that they weren't of those people, that they were set apart, that they were stamped with a promise. So the idea of holy is that you're set apart. And for God, He's perfect, He's blameless, He's without imperfection, which is another reason it says pure. For God's eyes are too pure to look on evil. He cannot tolerate wrong.